Good morning, everyone. My name is Trey Holland, Executive Director and Head of School for Safe Passage Camino Seguro. I'd like to introduce again Patty Barnian. She is our Director of Teaching and Learning. We're going to take a few minutes with you this morning to do something very exciting for us. We're going to walk you through our Colegio Campus, give you a little insight into some of the major changes that we're making to our facilities, some of them in response to COVID, but most of them really in observation and pursuit of our mission long-term as well. So if you're ready, we'd like to take you to probably the gem of our crown and the crown jewel of our efforts, the STEM Lab. So the STEM Lab, it started as a dream and an opportunity to improve our science capacity. Experiential learning is about hands-on learning. It's about active, student-centered engagement. And we realized, Patty and I talked at length for a long time, that our science capacity needed a lot of help and some improvement. So through the help of some donors and also some grant support, we were able to secure the design of a modern 21st century learning space. Patty, why don't you talk a little bit about how this fits in with our academic philosophy and other aspects that you're excited about in terms of the space. And we'll take you guys inside.
Having more opportunities to do hands-on learning, we were exploring different activities and different possibilities. We started out by doing STEAM in their classrooms and trying to enhance the learning inside the classroom. But later on, we realized we do need a space where kids can bring in and be hands-on doing different type of science experiences. So come on in. So now we're going to have different stations where kids can collaborate and be safe doing different science experiences and complementing what we do in STEAM. So they will be experiencing science on a hands-on experience. And they will have different spaces. Teaching experiences, hands-on experiences, and creation experiences on a smaller space that is our incubator. Here at our incubation facility, kids will create their own ideas and they will create their own projects, having a smaller space to really go deep into what they are learning. The next thing we needed to improve next to science is technology. And we needed to give the students a new space to grab what they are learning and process it by using technology. So we're going to go to our computer lab and show you a little bit about it.
To kind of add to what Patty's describing, the 21st century learning environment is no longer about dedicated spaces to one discipline. The idea of modular, flexible learning is the key to future jobs, future careers, and essentially future education, our concept of it. And the idea of a computer lab as well. Teaching technology is no longer just another class. Technology has to be embedded in every single discipline, every single aspect of our learning as well. Our future plans are to adapt the concept of a tech lab into something far more flexible. Right now you're still seeing the more traditional approach to desktop computers, but that's not our future plan. Our future plan is to modify the idea of our tech lab into more laptops, devices, the idea of mobility in technology. So, future dream for us. But we have adapted this space and rehabbed it into a modern tech lab that we're very excited about.
Here, kids have their first encounter into technology. When our kids get into first grade, this is the place where they get to see a computer, be part of technology, starting exploring. The ninth graders come here to create projects, to work on their student-led conferences, do other things more than just learning packets or different tools around technology.
One of the things about the COVID era, and Patty and I are very much of the same mind, is that COVID was the most immense challenge this organization has faced. One of the most important challenges it's faced. And as we've adapted our programming and our facilities to the needs of COVID, we actually saw it as an opportunity for growth and improvement as well. So we weren't just surviving, we were thriving, is the way we put it. This space here is the central plaza of our Colegio. It's gone through a lot of different changes over the years, as Patty would say. But we saw this as an opportunity because we actually had to do some modifications to our water treatment system, which is underlying this plaza. And again, you have a challenge and a problem that you can transform into an opportunity. So I want you all to join Patty and myself in looking at the plaza and dreaming of what this could be. So as we finish our playground, which we'll visit in a moment, our next project is to upgrade this space, transform it into a place of peace, of a time for reading and eating together and collaboration space as well.
Yeah, and during this pandemic, we need a space where kids can be outdoors, that they can be out of the classroom doing learning activities. So we are planning that this space could be a place where kids can come out of their classrooms and safely eat, read, have different learning activities using the whole space for their learning process. So this is a project to really create and be more in contact with nature, but also in learning experiences.
So Patty and I are going to take you now. The comedor is at the end of the plaza. Traditionally, those of you who have visited the project will remember this as the eating area. Due to COVID, we needed to spread out and expand our footprint for social distancing purposes. And we made the decision to convert the comedor into classroom space. Why? Because we won't have use of a common comedor or eating area due to the fact of COVID distancing requirements. So what you're about to see is quite a dramatic change from those of you who have visited the project and know this space well. What you're about to see are 2 new classrooms plus a library. The classrooms are finished, but the library is under construction and modification as well. These spaces are our newest classrooms. So we're excited to show you what this looks like when we bring a new, fresh look at a learning space. The teachers are, as you can imagine, are incredibly excited. Now, one of the most important parts of this space is you'll notice the wall separating these 2 classrooms. If you view through the doorway, this is a flex wall. This wall can be removed. Remember, one of the keys to 21st century education is flex space. Being able to break out into collaborative groups, being able to combine classes at will, so the classroom space can grow and shrink as needed for our philosophy of education.
That will be helpful whenever we present projects, whenever we bring in experts to talk about specific topics. The kids can be together and collaborate as one group. So this can be a whole one learning space where kids and teachers can collaborate and experts can come in and help them to grow their projects. So this is really a new and kind of a sign of what our education is going to become. Flexible spaces, open spaces for kids to learn and learn in a different way.
Okay, so the final part of our tour today is probably something, in addition to STEM Lab in our new classroom, something that it warms the heart. Over a year ago, we engaged in a project at the McAdams Learning Garden. It's part playground, play area, but also learning spaces. For us, physical education is not an isolated silo within our curriculum. Expeditionary learning adopts an approach to physical learning. It's play as learning. So as we take you to our new playground, just understand we are as excited about this, the color, the warmth of it. It's got 2 phases. And I want to be very clear that COVID, in regarding of licensing of projects, we've had to delay this project multiple times, but we've been dogged and determined to continue working on this project even with all those challenges. And I'm happy to say that this entire project will be completed in the next few months in phase 2, which is our building that's at the upper level of the space. The other thing I want to let you know is we've added to the project as well. We're creating a nice, beautiful pergola that's going to be out here as we exit the Camino area and into the playground. We'll have a shelter space here for teachers and students. But I'll let you take a look at the color. You'll see a lot of coverings on the play items because we've had some volcanic activity, and we've decided to go ahead and keep these items covered for a while until we know exactly when the students are returning.
Our little ones didn't have a place to play, and that is important too for us. So this was a really great gift for the students. Now they can come out at recess, stay in the same facilities. They don't need to commute to go to recess to another facility. They can stay here and play and be happy, and also have times for gardening, because this area is not only for play, it's also for learning. This pergola will be used for reading time and learning experiences also. And the further part of the garden is an area where kids can experience with plants, butterflies, and different animals. So each plant that has been placed in this area has been thoroughly thought. So kids can experience and have learning experiences also around play and around nature. This is going to be green. All the plants are going to grow around the place, so they will have green flowers and nice spaces to play.
One of the most important tenets of our philosophy of education includes the idea of recycling and environmental stewardship. And I'm sure you can read between the lines of Patty's description that the idea of nature, creating an oasis of nature and learning about the world itself, takes on a tactile, tangible feeling here in this space versus just what we read in a book. But over here, Patty and I are very proud of this. In terms of the philosophy of recycling or repurposing, this structure you see before you was on this site when we bought the land. A dilapidated building, basically ready to be torn down. We made a decision to keep this building and repurpose it. And it was one of the better decisions we made. So we're actually living the philosophy itself of using materials that are at our disposal and not just throwing things away. And now this building will serve as an arts area with 3 separate spaces for dance, for visual arts. So let's take a look in here as well. Again, 3 spaces. It's light. The air moves through the building very nicely. We've modified the building to bring it up to modern standards. And just to think that it's also right here residing on our play area as well. It's going to create a universe of engagement, of warmth, and student-centered learning from a physical standpoint.
And the idea is to be creative. So also that's why dance, music, and visual arts are all in the same place. Because the idea is to give a safe, nice space where kids can create and express themselves in different ways. So this will be in the future where we are going to create music and pieces of art.
Great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are very thankful for your time with us today. Just want to make sure you know that as we go through all of these challenges and all this growth, it's impossible without all of you. We always say that Camino Seguro is a global family. And it's because of the donors and the stakeholders all throughout the globe who think about us and care for us. It's a group effort, and we wanted you to see at least one small part of the outcome of all that support and love for us. So on behalf of Patty and myself, take care and stay safe. We think we'll be opening soon as the government allows us to, with the ongoing cases in Guatemala, but we'll be ready and we're excited to do so.
We're ready, and thank you for all your support and caring for all of us down here in Guatemala.